Hello, 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 and welcome to the channel. Well, the courtroom looks empty. We know why. Because Diddy's lawyers signal they won't be calling defense witnesses. Nobody wants to speak up on Sean Combs' behalf. Is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? Let's get into it. Sean Diddy Combs' defense is planning not to call witnesses in his ex-trafficking trial. Combs had wanted to testify in his own defense, but seems to have changed his mind. Prosecutors say they will rest their case on Tuesday. As the U.S. government's criminal case against Sean Diddy Combs winds down, the hip-hop mogul defense attorneys have signaled that they will not call witnesses to testify on his behalf. Combs had hoped to testify in his own defense at his ex-trafficking and racketeering trial and had been quietly rehearsing for the testimony with his legal team for weeks. One person with knowledge of the plan told Business Insider. He's been adamant that he wants to do this, the person said. They've been getting him ready. But it now appears that the music and lifestyle entrepreneur has had a change of heart. On Monday morning, during a scheduling discussion outside the jury's presence, lead Combs attorney Mark Agnafilio indicated that the judge in the Manhattan federal trial that the defense would not call any witnesses. Lawyers who are not involved in the case previously told BI that Combs testifying would backfire and expose the one-time near billionaire to potentially damaging cross-examination from the prosecution. If Combs did take the stand, prosecutors may have been allowed to question him about his arrest record and the wave of ex-abuse lawsuits against him. As recently as last week, the defense had said it would call at least 3 witnesses. One was a forensic psychiatric expert, and 2 were employees of Combs Global, the millionaire defendant's company. Combs will get one last chance to change his mind and take the stand. A former prosecutor who was on the defense team in 2001 when Combs was acquitted in Manhattan of state-level GUN and bribery charges, Combs testified at that trial. Before the defense rests on Tuesday or Wednesday, and with the jurors out of the courtroom, the judge will tell Combs that it is his right to testify on his own behalf and will ask Combs if he is waiving that right of his own free will. The last thing that anyone needs is, if he is convicted, for him to come back and say that I wanted to testify and they didn't let me, or I didn't understand my rights, said Buckner. Buckner called not testifying the smarter move. If he testified, Combs would risk being cross-examined on his prior conduct with other women, accusers beyond those names in the indictment. While prosecutors had hoped to tell jurors about 3 such unnamed women, only to be rebuffed after the defense complained that the conduct they would testify about was far worse than that described in the indictment. There could be a whole variety of landmines out there that the defense is probably aware of from the government and that they want to try and avoid, Buckner said. Another risk is that when defendants take the stand, the defense case can suddenly shift to the sole question: do they believe him? If Diddy were to take the stand, all of the other witnesses the defense called become either secondary or in many ways potentially irrelevant, Buckner said. If they don't believe Combs, then he's going to be convicted regardless of what the others said. Prosecutors are expected to rest their case on Tuesday after calling more than 30 witnesses to testify against Combs since mid-May. Those witnesses include R&B singer Cassie Ventura and a woman who testified under the pseudonym Jane. Once the prosecution rests, defense attorneys are planning to read stipulations agreed upon by both parties into the record and then also rest. Closing arguments will likely begin on Thursday, and Combs' 8-man, 4-women jury will get the case afterward. If convicted on the top charges of ex-trafficking and racketeering, Combs, 55, faces spending the rest of his life behind bars. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions on Sean Diddy Combs. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and please subscribe. I thank you for watching, and I thank you for listening. Stay safe.